Hi guys, it's Jared Johnson with DayTraders FX. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you had a good week this week. I start off this little weekly recap for everybody. I just want to show you kind of a little bit of what we looked at in the trade group at DayTraders FX this week, and what I personally traded. And we had a really great time. We made some good pips. But I just show you this calendar to say, you know, it was a pretty quiet news week. We had just bank holidays galore starting on Thursday with Australia, New Zealand, Europe, UK kind of eased in there on Friday, and some of the US and so on. So it's bank holiday. It's bank holiday quite a bit this week, but we were still able to grab some good pips and some nice trades, which is what I love. So here's the watch list for this week, and we were looking at basically trying to get some weakness. You can see right here, big deal, euro dollar, and euro New Zealand, euro yen, euro pound, euro CAD. I was looking at weakness on all of those, and I was also looking to trade some weakness on pound yen and some weakness on pound Swiss and pound Aussie. So we had a good little time this week, and those trades all kind of worked out fairly well, also while keeping an eye on dollar CAD and dollar yen. So going into next week, I'm kind of still interested in seeing if we can get some more weakness out of those guys. But basically, if anybody's out there trading the US dollar, be careful. The two charts to watch are going to be dollar index, DXY, and then the euro dollar. So DXY is sitting at, multi-year levels here. I've talked about this a couple of times, but we're just sitting at these 2008 levels. I mean, we're talking 10-year levels right here. And that's about that 89.50 area, or excuse me, 88.50. Got a lot of levels marked in here, but that is 2008. That's 10 years back. And so what the dollar index is doing is just kind of sitting here and cooking. This is our last chance for reversal down here. If it doesn't hold 88.50, then it's probably headed 84.50, and we're going to see a lot more dollar weakness. But if it holds above this area, then we could start to see the dollar begin to rally and begin to make its move. But basically what I wanted to say in showing this chart right now is that we have a lot of dollar indecision. We have a lot of levels right here, dollar level, dollar level, dollar level, that I think we could see some pullback. So I'm kind of expecting a little bit of dollar weakness going into the start of next week. So just kind of keep that in mind. We have all these areas right here that I think the US dollar chart is going to try to hit. So we're going to keep an eye on some of that. So that's the dollar chart. The other one to watch in conjunction with this would be the euro dollar. So euro dollar will go right along with this. The euro dollar has been it's been a good one. We traded this thing this week. And it turned out to be a pretty nice little trade here. You can see it was in our watch list back here, some euro dollar activity. We were looking for that 12500, which is a big deal level. So this is going to be the one to really watch closely. I'm torn on this thing because we have these major levels in play, like this guy up here, 124.50, 12500, 125.50 is kind of the absolute highs here. I've taken some good trades. We made some good money this week, but you can see a lot of indecision, a lot of choppy candles up here. But it's a big channel. It's a big area. And if euro dollar gets above 125.50, then it's probably headed to 140. I'm basically looking at 140 if we get above 125.50. But if it can maintain composure and kind of stay below that level, then I think we're going to have some nice opportunities. And one of those good opportunities came in the form of this week. We had a nice little bouncing around, hopping around kind of stuff, and it made a break, broke out, made a push down, and there we have it. There we are. So it was a nice little trade, nice little setup. Gave us some good pips, but really the big opportunity, it's down here at 123, 30-ish area. The big opportunity is really what happens at 125. If it breaks out of this kind of larger channel right here, which I think could very well happen, that's something to keep an eye on. And probably below about 12200, it gets really bearish, really bearish. But if it can maintain below about 125.50, I think that's interesting. So we're just kind of watching that. We're going to take a lot of good trading opportunities this week on this, but we grabbed some good pips on that one. And basically, what I had for the rest of the group was just more euro weakness, more pound weakness. You can see dollar Euro yen is kind of still in that zone, and we're still watching euro yen to really get that move below 129, 129.30 area and get it down into that 125.00. I think that's a good little spot to watch for. And EURCAD looks pretty amazing right here. So I'm kind of watching this little zone, little head and shoulders pattern. If that breaks out, I'm going to be short EURCAD into some of these bigger lower targets. And EURCAD's kind of sitting at some pretty, I've brought these levels up a couple of times, some pretty big upper zones here. So 2009 level, 2016, here's right now, and it just keeps, it spends a whole bunch more time below this area than above. Now, if it breaks above, we could have maybe a little bit of a bullish head and shoulders pattern that could take this thing, really up into the big moves here, something along the lines of this to, maybe get us back up into some of these highs here and get us into 165. So that's a possibility. This high is kind of like 161, and symmetry here would put it at about 165. So that could still happen, but we're not worried about that. If it breaks above this 161, we'll trade it to 165 and we'll grab 400 pips on it. But if it stays in this little head and shoulders area and starts giving us a little breakout right there, then we're going to trade the heck out of that. So don't be scared. That's going to be a good one. So EuroCAD looks good. Euro Aussie, same kind of situation, right? Euro Aussie is just kind of sitting up here. We've got some pretty interesting levels. Euro Aussie's kind of been bouncing around this 160, 162 and change. It might be ready for a little break, so don't count the Euro Aussie as super bearish yet. But if it holds down here, we had some good little opportunities on this thing, and we've still got some pretty nice channels to watch for on this Euro Aussie. So that's all looking pretty good. And pound pairs, we made a pretty good killing on the pound this week. We did this trade right here, which was a little short-term channel. We sold the break. And you can see from the breakout zone down, it ran about 200 pips. So there's just tons of pound Swiss profits there. But I still like the pound Swiss, and I think there's still some pretty good opportunity at these upper levels. For some reason, I deleted my upper level, but it kind of looks a little bit, or a lot of it, like this, right? We've got, squeeze that back a little bit there. We've got a big level there and a bunch of resistance back here, and just kind of how it's been behaving there. So pound Swiss still looks interesting, and we could see this thing make some bigger, more significant runs lower down into some of these bigger targets. So I'm just kind of watching those areas. Pound dollar even has a nice little place to trade down to. So there's some good zones there. Looking for more pound weakness, looking for more euro weakness, looking for more dollar mixed movement. I don't really know where the dollar's headed. If we're just kind of waiting, it's either going to break down or it's going to break up. And I mean, nobody knows where anything's going to go, but we can hypothesize. And the dollar is probably the least clear. And if anybody has any really good idea where the dollar's headed, I'd love to hear it. But I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the dollar to tell me. But pound pairs, euro pairs, we have very clear decision levels, and we're going to be able to make some bucks on those. So we had a really good week. Group members made as many as 500, 600, 700 pips this week. So we had some really nice runs. Officially in the group, we pumped out 200 to 300 pips this week, but we definitely had some very active traders in the group that were doing some additional trades and kind of following the overall framework of our positions, but really getting active in there and making some big pips. So we had a really good week this week, some really nice profits, and that was great. So if you'd like to learn more about what we do, head over to DayTradersFX.com. You can get access to my free trade course right here. It's pretty darn excellent, if I do say so myself. And that's a really good little trade course. So head over there, give that a look. You can just get some free access. Again, for a very limited time, you can get a 14-day free trial to the live trade group. I'd love to have you join us. It would be a good time. We're making some great trades every week, some great pips. It's working out really well. So head over there, DayTradersFX.com, get your 14-day free trial to the live trade group, and get the free trade course. It's pretty great. Thanks, guys. Have a super fantastic, wonderful week. And we'll see you back here next week. We'll see how things play out. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend, great holiday weekend, and we'll see you soon. Jared Johnson signing off. See you guys.